Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to do a little catch-up video on two of my little bonsai trees that I've made in previous videos. So we've got the little birch clump and the oak tree, which I did the drastic bend in. So if you want to check them out, I've got a playlist separately for bonsai stuff. So we're around the back of the greenhouse now. This is where I keep most of my maples and the more delicate trees. So that's where the little birch clump is that we did. If you remember, we twisted 5 trees together. There was red and silver birch to make a clump style, sort of like an umbrella style, broomstick or whatever they would call it. And the other one is over here, the little oak tree. So there's that one. So they both survived, and the wire should have set now, so we might need to remove that soon. So I'll take them both into the greenhouse and show you a bit closer. Okay, so there they both are. Got the birch clump and the oak, which I did the really drastic bend in. See there? And you can see they've both done quite a lot of growing this year, and they're both looking quite healthy. So that's good. So now I've probably got to remove the wire from this pretty soon before it bites into it. It's not biting in yet, but I'm fairly confident that it's set. It's been a whole season, pretty much, whole growing season. So from spring through to the beginning of autumn. So this is the birch, the clump. There was 5 trees here. Some of them were red birch and some of them were silver birch. They haven't started binding together properly yet, but they've definitely done some growing. That branch has died. So it's just little things like that. Little changes. See, there's like new branches. That's a new one, which has come out from there. So we've got to choose whether to wire it down or get rid of it. Things like that. Okay, so I'm going to remove the wires, hopefully in one piece. If I need to cut it, I've got my wire cutters there, but hopefully I can unravel it in one piece, because it is starting to dig in places. So I have to take it off, and I'm going to remove the wire from this as well, except for the stuff that's wrapping the trunks together. I might need to replace that at some point with something a bit softer and a bit that I can bind it a bit tighter around there. And I'll also I'll get most of these weeds out of here. I'm not too worried about the moths, but the other things can come out, so we'll get that done. Alright, so that's the wire removed, and most of the weeds have left some moss on there because it looks quite nice. So it's held its shape. You can see there where the wire was starting to dig in a little bit. That should grow out pretty soon. So that's basically all I'm going to deal with this one for now. So it's grown quite well since we did it. That's that one done. That's all I got out of there. Just like bits of grass and weeds and stuff. So we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so I had to pop out. So I'm back now, but it's starting to get dark. So all I've been doing is I've taken the wire off this one and it's held its shape nicely. So that's the oak. I've just been removing any yellow leaves and stuff. At a later date, I'll come in here and see if there's anything we need to prune. There's a couple of little branches which have died off, which can probably come off, but we'll do that later. And I've salvaged all the wire, didn't have to cut anything. So it had 4 pieces of wire on it. Copper wire, this is just electrical wire, because I'm stingy and I haven't bought any bonsai wire. So with the little clump style birch that we did, I'm going to leave these ones on. And obviously that branch has died, so that one can come off. And most of these can probably come off now, because it should hold its shape nicely now. And then all I'm going to do is probably put a bit of wire on that one and maybe that one. So I'll get that done. So I'm not going to put a time lapse on because we're getting low on light. So all I'll do is support it further down and then unwrap the wire. That's the best way I've found to do it, just opposite of the way you put it on. So I'll get this all off. It takes quite a while because I've got to unravel everything, and I've got to be really careful with the new branches that I don't break anything. So I'll get that done and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so that wasn't fun, but I finally got all the wire off. Didn't cut anything again, so I can reuse all that wire in the future. So what I've done is de-wired everything. You can see everything's held its shape that I wired last time. Obviously that was a new branch and stuff. So I've just taken the top sort of binding off where it was found further up, because what I think I'm going to do in the future is bend these out more so I can readjust everything with some wire, move these all around, and then I might get some like hessian or something, you know, like the fabric to wrap around that, so I can do it tightly so that it grows into each other rather than just growing into the wire, which I've got a feeling that's what's going to happen. But anyway, I think it survived its first year along with the oak, and I've managed to get all the wires off and it's done the job. So again, I didn't buy any wire. All this is electrical wire and normal steel wire. And I had a comment recently about using secateurs to cut the wire. Yes, I do, but they're old secateurs. I don't use my nice new ones. I've got a few pairs of old ones, so they're handy for cutting wire. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to do today. And I'll get back to these in a future video. And we'll do some more wiring on them, and at some point I'm going to take them out of the pots and have a look, see what's happening. So keep an eye out for that video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you on the next one.